cute guys.
You've got some amazing friends.
Oh, I know.
Is there anything you want to say about motherhood? Like, how is it? How's it fitting? Like, is he taking after you or the dad? Like,
well, luckily he's taking after his dad. His dad is a very mellow, calm, cool, collected kind of guy. So the baby has a very easygoing personality. We always say that we hit the jackpot in the baby lottery. He sleeps quite well and he's very calm, sweet little guy. But I think that's nature tricking you. Like, they give you the really nice baby, so you're like, having a baby isn't that hard. So you have another one, and then that's when you have your nightmare child. So that's probably what's going to happen.
Well, let's hope that you have two wonderful.
Wouldn't that be nice? Up to the end to make sure I'm still alive. So yeah, we hardly knew anything, and then I think once the show was canceled, Joss one night had a few drinks and was like, all right, I'll tell you some secrets, and started telling us about Book's backstory and Inara's secret. She has a secret, which was really cool. But, you know, I still don't like to talk about those things because I have this really false hope that one day we'll be able to explore that further. But don't quote me on that. Like, don't put that on the internet and say I said there was going to be a season 2, because that's not what I said, and I don't want to get blamed. Alan always says that at Q&As. He always hints at like a season 2 or a Serenity sequel, and he gets in a lot of trouble because then we just get asked constantly about season 2, and it's always Alan's fault. Basically, everything is Alan's fault. It's going to be a running theme in this Q&A.
So if
say yes, we all feel very strongly about it. It's like this sort of wistful feeling that we all have.
So are you going to keep that window open for yourself then?
The window will be open. I was talking to Nathan about this. I just saw Nathan down in LA for a while. He's so vocal about keeping a window open that he's kind of like, he just sort of brushes by his current job. Like, I'm like, well, what about Castle? He's like, oh, whatever. I'm like, you shouldn't say that, though. But yeah, Nathan's house is completely covered in Firefly memorabilia. Like, we started counting the number of Firefly things in his house, and we got up to 18 and stopped. Not kidding.
What's the best thing you think he's got?
He has some really cool props, and I don't know how he got access to those because I'm pretty sure we weren't allowed to take them. But he doesn't care about the rules, I guess. He has a whole glass case in his foyer full of Firefly stuff. He has the catalyzer from the core compression coil. Yeah, where did he get that?
Go ahead.
Punchy around hour 11, hour 12. We're just sort of like, we're tired. Everything's really funny when it should be. Nathan and I started this game where we would come up with creative ways on flipping each other the bird. And then it just got more and more elaborate. It started off, you know, harmless enough, and then it just became crazy. I sent a I kind of crossed the line. I sent a Valentine to his house, and I was staying with him at the time, so I got to watch him open it. Nathan always has this paranoia that people know where he lives, and I made it look like someone had just dropped it off. Like, it didn't go through the post. And there was a really creepy poem in there, and then there was a littler envelope sealed within the envelope, and he opened it up, and it was a picture of me going like this, that he has framed on his bookshelf in his living room. But that sort of opened up the box that is Nathan Fillion's revenge, and we had a blooper reel at the end of Serenity. And at the very end, there was a message from the editors that said something like, thanks so much, it was really great, and we all think that the blooper reel's over, and then this message comes up and it says, for Jewel. And this little Nathan Fillion doll, action figure, comes up onto the screen and goes like this. So we were at another panel at DragonCon, which is a huge convention in Atlanta. And I briefed the audience beforehand on what to do. I think our panel was 5,000 people or something. It's a big room. And Nathan was fielding the questions from the audience because he thinks he's the captain in real life. And pointed at a friend of mine who knew what to do. He said, "Yes, sir, you." And my friend got up and said, "Nathan, we salute you." And all 5,000 people stood up and went like this. And that was the end of that little joke. But I've been known to check into hotels around the world, like weird, obscure places around the world, and there's a message for me at the front desk that is just a picture of a finger. Or he'll take a picture of himself flipping me off and just send it randomly. It's like our way of saying hello now. We're really mature, guys. Nathan's Instagram. You might be able to put 2 and 2 together. That's all I can say. Lame.
Have you already shot stuff for Legends? Is that already?
Yes,
yeah.
Legends is done. Yes, Legends is done. I started shooting Legends when my baby was 5 weeks old, which was crazy of me. But it was a great part, so I wanted to do it regardless. And I actually left a bottle of breast milk in the fridge in my trailer on the set of Legends of Tomorrow. So that was embarrassing, but they'll never forget me.
Go ahead, sir.
Do you ever just randomly know what they were trying to make you say?
Oh yes, they would give us the English, and then they would give us a tape. Remember cassette tapes? And we would have to listen to the tape of someone saying the Chinese and do our best to mimic that on set. But no one ever really got it right, except for Nathan. He's very, very good at the Chinese, and he still remembers a lot of it and likes to brag about it all the time. So if you ever see him in a Q&A, ask him, what's that?
I don't think many knew you were saying it wrong.
That's good. That's really good to hear.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And guys, please don't be afraid.
In the right place at the right time, and got picked. And I'm super, super grateful for it. But honestly, it's all him. He's an amazing writer.
I love the way you portrayed her. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Thank you. Hi. He writes some of the best words out there. You know, I would love to work with Joss again, obviously, clearly, I would always say yes, but one thing that I'm really adamant about sharing is that he's been a great friend to me, and his friendship matters more to me than work will ever. Does that make sense to you? I would never ask Joss for a job. What matters to me the most is he knows that he's in my life because I love him. Not because of what he can give me.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Like, it is, though. It's like his dry cleaning receipt. Like an old movie stub. Like stuff like that. And you know, people take it. I mean, I think they're taking it to be nice mostly. But, yeah.
I saw him give away the harmonica Bruce Tucker. He got.
That's pretty good. Like, that's higher on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've really seen him stoop quite low in terms of what he'll give away. Gum wrappers. Not kidding.
So my real question then is, as fans,
I think they'd be hugely successful. I think people would go, and we selfishly would very much love it because we would get to hang out with each other. I don't know. I was thinking of pitching these guys because they run a really good convention. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'd all say yes, though. It'd be fun. It's very hard though to get everybody in the same room at the same time. Someone's always working on something, you know, can't make it. But it'd be nice to try our best there.
at that scene, before Nathan Fillion says something, left cards. And I was, it ran by me back in the, you know, like, instead of sorry, look, really disrespectful over Nathan Fillion type of scene. I guess it's just part of it. Anyway, I guess answer my question.
And I have to get better at that. I don't know, it's been like drilled into me since a young age that you don't do that. And I miss out because, you know, everybody else has all their props and costumes and, you know, that catalyzer that Nathan has is, I mean, technically that's mine. Like, I should have that.
Thank you very much.
Right? Why does he have that? I don't understand.
Absolutely. Joel,
You've done over and over and over again. They can't help but expect you to be just like the character. They can't help it. I watch shows and I do the same thing. So sometimes I think it can be a little jarring for fans of a show to meet the real person and go, oh, they're nothing like I expected. Because I've been in that boat. I've felt that way. So it's always a nice thing when someone asks you about you, you know, what do you like to do? Like, oh, okay.
what do you like to do?
I don't know, eat. That's what I do. It's a pretty boring life. I just eat a lot. I'm an overeating mother.
You did an episode
You know, anticipating his arrival. And they give you Tim Tams at these conventions in Australia, and they're delicious. So they gave us a whole bunch of assortment of Tim Tams, and we were all kind of cleaning the packages of different flavored Tim Tams as our own. They're these perfect little wafer cookies. And there were chocolate mint ones, and I grabbed them. I said, I want these ones. And I was eating them, and he had come up behind me, and I didn't really realize. And he was like, oh, those look delicious. And I turned around with chocolate on my mouth and in my teeth, and I said, these are mine. And that was that. So I'd like to remedy that at some point if I ever see him again, but also I would probably just like to stay away. I don't trust myself.
Go ahead, sir. Thank you.
They want to be a part of sequels, or they don't want to be a part of sequels if there are sequels, or they got another job and they'd like to go and do that job instead, or whatever it may be, or it's an argument over money, and that's why a character doesn't come on for another season of your favorite show that you love. It's just business. That's all it is. It's never to upset the audience. Having said that, I flipped to the end of that script right quick and made sure I was still alive.
so do you have any idea, was it a preference?
I don't think it's my place to say, because it is a business, and I'm happy to talk about, you know, my business affairs, but other people's, I definitely wouldn't go there. But it was a very amicable decision, and all I know is Alan wanted to go in a blaze of glory, because that's Alan.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. I like that shirt. There are a couple of things that make me nervous as hell, and one is singing in front of a crowd, and the other is getting my picture taken. How dumb is that? So any sort of modeling type thing, or any, like, you have to do press junkets and things for the various shows you do, so they'll have one big gallery day. They call it a gallery day. And they bring in a photographer, and they take all those fancy photos that we have on our tables that we sign. And I just get like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Moving camera, fine. But as soon as it's a still photograph, I just turn into a weirdo. I can't do it. I don't know why that is. It's so dumb, I know. I love presents. She wins.